everyone, I'm Daniela from Precursive, and in this video, I want to focus on how to create a task template. I want to show you how you can break down your internal workflow into an Excel spreadsheet, like this one, where I have inserted all the information relevant to my project tasks that then I can upload into Precursive. And that would end up looking like this set of tasks that you can see here on the left-hand side. Here I have all my tasks with the name, the people who are the roles of the people who are going to contribute to this task, the date, and whether it's for internal view only, and the category they have assigned to this task. So let's start to see. Let's say I want to create a new task template. We will provide you with one of a blank template after your kickoff. Otherwise, you can create your own just by adding the relevant columns that you want to use. Let's look at them one by one. So first of all, we have a list of tasks. And the name where in this column I've written the name of my tasks. And next to it in the details, I've written just a short description what needed. The handover meeting is, for example, a session between account manager and the project manager. And you can also add a sort of a to-do list to your tasks. You can log the time that you spend completing the items of your checklist, but it's a sort of to-do list to remind your team what they need, all the activities that they need to go through in order to complete the task. The way these three columns will look like in Precursive is, you can see here, let's take the internal handover task. So here we have the name. Any details would go into the relevant field. It's either share notes or details. And if I go into the checklist, you will see here I've added 2 items that I can just click when completed, and that will mark automatically as completed. It will be crossed automatically. All right, so moving forward, we also have in here, then we have the order of the tasks. Here I've just followed the order in which I inserted them in the Excel spreadsheet. I want them to appear in the not started list. You can see over here. So bearing in mind that any project board is broken down into 2 different templates. The list template that tells you what lists or columns are going to appear in your project. You can customize the name of your list, of course, and then make them as active, inactive, like the not started, or have your task marked as completed once moved to a complete list. For example, in this case, these will be my complete list. This is all customizable in a list template. So by inserting the list name in here, I will have all of my tasks starting from appearing in the not started list, in this case over here, just like this one, in the order that I have selected here. So from the first to the last one. Okay, there's also the possibility, as you can see here, to make a task internal only. And this is a true false. It's a checkbox that you can click and unclick. In this case, for example, you will see that if a task is internal only, it's marked as internal only, then this little padlock will appear, but you can easily change that by editing the task. And at the bottom in the advanced options, you will see that you find the checkbox to make it internal only or not. What this means is that when you go to share, when you share your project with your customers by using the external sharing link, you can copy from here. You will see that the tasks that have been marked as internal only, like the internal handover, won't appear on the board. Of course, here we see the 2 boards because once I closed one, the opportunity, this automatically creates 2 boards, one for the onboarding and one for the success plan of the customers for the first year. But if I open the onboarding plan, you will see that there is no handover because the task this task is marked as internal only. And you can achieve that by inserting the true value in the internal only column. Then we can look at the progress. So we've got the stage column. What does this refer to? If I go back to our board, you will see that over here we have a process path. They're similar to the opportunity path that we can find in the opportunity object. And this identifies the stage. Usually it's customizable. You can create the stages and identify the different stages that you have to go through in order to complete your your project will go through in order to be completed. This is possible to update. You can update this manually by just clicking on the different stages. Otherwise, you can link a set of tasks to one specific stage so that once these tasks have been moved into the complete list, and the first task of the next stage is moved into an active list, in this case would be, for example, in progress, waiting, or scheduled, then the process path will update itself automatically. So to do that, you can see here, I have marked the first two tasks as belonging to the handover stage, the other ones to the planning, and so on. So when I complete these two tasks over here, and I move the third one on the on an active list, the path will automatically update to planning. Great. So let's move to the next part, which is the reference, is relevant to the task dependencies that you can create. So in Precursive, you can create two types of dependencies, a parent-child dependency and a time dependency. In order to visualize this, I'm going to change the view of our board. Now I'm going to move to a plan view. Here you will see that the tasks are organized under certain umbrellas. For example, this umbrella here of the kickoff includes 3 tasks, and this another one for solution design includes these 5 tasks. The way we refer to it is it's subtask and parent task. The kickoff in this case is the parent task of these 3 subtasks. And the solution design is the parent task of these 5 tasks. In order to create this type of dependency in our spreadsheet, you will need to assign a reference to your tasks. It can be letters, it can be words. The important thing is that you are consistent and you use the same reference in all these 3 columns where needed. In this example, I've used a double letter. In order to create a parent task and assign some subtask to it, you need to use the reference of the task. In this case, I've used, for example, the kickoff, meeting with client, and add it into the parent reference and add it to the subtasks into the parent reference. So in this case, I've got my kickoff meeting will be the parent task of the first 3 tasks of my board. As well as here, the design sign-off will be the parent task of these 5 tasks. Right, the second type of dependency that we can create is a time dependency. So you can assign a predecessor task to any of your tasks, as I've done here, as you will probably guess. The way it would look like on the board, you can see that there is this blue line that connects your tasks. So you can guess that this task, the green task, where the implementation manager arranged the kickoff, will happen right after the internal handover, and there will be only one lag day. Over here, there will be more. For example, you can see one full lag day between the kickoff meeting and the solution discovery call. The way you can create this type of dependency, time dependency, is by assigning a predecessor to your task, just by using, again, the reference of each task. From here, you can see that the handover meeting will be the predecessor of the create project plan, for example. You can also select the duration of each task in days, and also how many days, lag days, there should be between one task and the other. So here you can see that the create project plan will last 2 days, and there will be one log day between the predecessor task, so the handover meeting and the creation of the project. So that in this case, in the start date, you can just insert the start date as today. You can mark it as today, when that will be the date of the creation of the project. And then you won't need to insert the start date for any other of your tasks, because they will just be automatically calculated by the system using the duration and lead days between a task and their predecessor. All right, so let's move into the last section of our spreadsheet, where it's relevant to that is relevant to the different metrics that you want to track. So, for example, in estimated hours, you can insert, of course, the estimated time that you think will be needed to complete each task. Why this is important, even if you're not sure how long each task is gonna take to be completed, it's always useful to insert estimated hours, or just an idea, the idea that you have, because then you will be able to pull a report and see what is the difference between the expected time and the actual time that your team will spend on the task. In the board, you can easily see here, I'll move back to the board view. Let's find task that has the estimated time clearly visible. For example, here I have already logged some time. There are 30 minutes remaining, 30 minutes spent. If I scroll down here, you can see that there are 4 hours remaining. And if I log my time, let's say I put 1 hour and save, you will see that this will show 1 hour spent and 3 hours remaining. There we go. You can compare, so you can see the difference between directly on the board, but you can also pull a report for a specific board type, for example, how long the implementation take, how long the particulars, the different project would take, like for example, the success plan compared to the expectancy. Another thing you can track by assigning milestones to your tasks is the time between two particular tasks, or between the date of when the opportunity was closed won until the kickoff or until the go live, for example. In Precursive, I'll show you here, if you go to the Precursive Milestones tab, this will give you the possibility to create a new milestone. Here I have a few examples, for example, launch complete. And if I go into the launch complete, you will see that in the related, I've created a milestone measure, which is called time to value, that measures the time between the kickoff, so the task to which I have assigned the milestone kickoff, and the task that to which I have assigned the milestone launch complete. So if we go back on the board, we'll see that, let's, for example, range kickoff meeting, let's assign the kickoff milestone to our task. You can either do this directly on the spreadsheet by inserting the name of the milestone that you plan to create, or that you have created, in this case, kickoff, and save. You will see a little target appearing on the, there we go, on the task. Or you can, as I've done here, just insert the name of the milestone on the relevant column in your spreadsheet. Brilliant. So the last two columns, we've got category and roles. Categories, if you start using and create some categories and start assigning them to your task, you will be able to track the time that your team spends working on a particular type of activity. It can be, for example, internal meetings, or planning projects, client meetings, any admin work that they may need to do, developer work, etc. And the way it would show on the board is, as you can see here, there are different labels assigned to your tasks. This is a category. If you use this, as I was saying, you will be able to report on the time spent logged for these particular tasks in categories. And the very last one is relevant to the roles, the people who are going to work on your project. So as you can see here, I have assigned different people to different tasks. This one is for the customer success manager, this one for project manager, we have a senior web designer, and so on. I would recommend to assign roles to all of your tasks, so that when you go back into, when you upload your spreadsheet into Precursive and you create a task template, you will have them already in here. And here as well, you will see all the people that are supposed to work on this project. And as you can see here, I have assigned myself to the role customer success. And just by doing so, I've been automatically assigned to all the tasks that need a customer success manager to be completed, to work on them and complete them. I believe there is more in the training in the end. There we go. Good training plan session and the training session automatically assigned to me. And this can be done simply by clicking on the board. You'll see the people who are supposed to collaborate. And then if you edit any of them, you can directly assign a user. Brilliant. So once you have completed our task template and you're happy with what it looks like, you can simply go into the Precursive template tab and add your new template directly from here. You will see there is the possibility to add a board, task, or list template. Today we're reviewing the task template, and you can simply upload a file, CSV file from your computer. Great. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. Our email is customersuccess@precursive.co.uk. And I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Goodbye.